Hello, this is Kathy Peck of Tea and Stamps, and today I am showing you a card that I'm sharing on a blog hop with my teammates and on the DOstamperSTARS, and I'm using the Let's Sail Away stamp set. So don't forget, if you like what you see here, to like, share, and subscribe. That way you won't miss anytime I put out a video. If you're watching this video through my blog, be sure to subscribe to my blog, Tea and Stamps, so that you can get my post directly to your email. All right, so this is the stamp set I'm using, the Let's Set Sail. It's really cute, and it's a nice little masculine set, or for anybody that likes sailing. And I have the punch, and I'll give you some tips on how to use this punch so you don't waste a lot of paper. And I'm also using the, oh, I forgot what this is called. This is a new circle punch. It's in the catalog. I always forget what things are called. I should probably write myself notes beforehand. But this punch, I think it's a decorative punch. And let's see. And then I'm going to use one of these faux sea glass shapes. And this ribbon that I actually cut in half. It is the, what's it called here? Frayed ribbon. And it cuts nicely. Let me show you my card. This is the sample, and this is what we'll create today. This DSP is from the Design a Daydream, and it is a huge pack, a 48 pack of 12 by 12, and it is only available as a hostess set. So if you're a hostess and you reach a certain amount of sales, you can order this paper. But I love it because it has all kinds of designs, and it's really nice. All right, let's get started. So to start with, we're going to have you want a piece of basic white, and it's cut 4 by 5 1/4. And on half of it, we're going to stamp this the large stamp here, this like the watery looking stamp with balmy blue ink. And I have all the stamps mounted already. And I'm just going to go over this several times. Just going to ink and stamp and just keep building it up until I reach about the halfway point. And then we'll add the DSP, and then I'll make the other part. Oh, oops. Gotta finish that. I'm getting stuck for words today. It's probably because of the heat. All right, there, that's it. Oh, I like the different variations of the color. Oh, let's see, I think I need to fix. Well, I'm not going to worry about that. That's going to get covered up. All right, so this is the DSP, like I said, from Design a Daydream. This is cut 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. I'm just going to glue that on there. So, hope everybody's having a good Saturday. This is, in case I didn't mention it, it's June the 10th. Already, June the 10th. I can't believe how fast this month is flying by. Oops. Be careful not to put your birds the wrong way up. They are directional. I'm going to have to trim a little because this paper's just a hair too big. But that's okay. Get this down here. All right. Oops. Just dropped something on the floor. No biggie. So with the ribbon, I just cut it in half, so I can get 2 cards out of one little bit, and it just frays on its own. So this is a nice size ribbon, so you just pull off these little bits, and so you have little frayed edges everywhere. So it looks, that's a little too tall, so I'll trim that down. Looks really cute. I like it. And that's nice for a rough card like this. You can put it down with glue or tear and tape. I'm going to use tear and tape on this one. I used glue on the other one because my tear and tape was not handy. I'm in the process of recreating all my little tool caddies because I like to make new ones every year. And so everything is in the wrong place. There we go. And we'll just Add a little bit of tear and tape on the back to secure the back side. Give that a quick pull. On later today. It's going to be hot today, but I have to cut the grass. My backyard is growing like gangbusters. So I have a guy cut the front, but I'm too cheap to pay for him to cut the back because I can do that myself. I just can't do both front and back unless I break it up into days. And well, he does a nicer job edging than I do, so he might as well do the front. Plus, he's a nice guy. Here we go. All right, that's ready to be attached to my Balmy Blue card base, which is cut 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And I'm gonna stick that on there with dimensionals, which are where? Oh, here they are. They're hiding. So I put a lot of dimensionals on here. I put 4 on each edge and 2 in the middle, so that makes about 10. So, and be sure that you check out the other cards in the blog hop. This is, like I said, this is a hop with our team, and on my blog there'll be links to everyone else's blog page that does this. And just see what kind of inspiration you can get. We're all gonna have similar layouts, just oops. All right, this is not going well. Similar layouts, because it's a sketch challenge, and the sketch was, I'm pretty much sticking to the sketch, which sometimes I don't. There, that's the card base is ready. Now I'm going to use this big old punch here, this decorative circle punch, which I didn't, when I saw it in the catalog, I was like, I don't need this, but then I decided to get one just to try, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I've used it quite a bit. I've made several swap cards with it and other things. So what I'm going to do to this is just on half of it is I'm going to add a little Balmy Blue just on half and maybe up a little. Not too dark. Fairly, you know, go with a light touch, because I am going to, oops, I want to keep this open, sorry. I'm going to continue to stamp with this big gigantic stamp and add a little bit of sea life to that. Fill in that little gap right there. There. That's all I'm going to do to that. Now we'll go ahead and get the sails and the ship done. Okay. What I did, oops, with the sails is I punched a few extra of each sail because I wanted to build them up. I didn't want to necessarily put them on dimensionals, but I wanted them to look thick, so I punched 2 extra of each one, but the boat I left flat, if that makes sense. All right, let's see here. Let's punch one of that one. And this, if you're not careful with this punch, you can waste a lot of paper, but it's really all about just doing a little trimming and some positioning and getting it in there just right. So like this little sail is much smaller, but it's all the way to the back. So I'm gonna try to get this paper in there. Punch. Oh look, there we go. I can do that, and I'm just gonna waste a little bit, but it's no big deal. Because I need, oh, where did it go? It just flew off somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. And I can probably get one more out of this little piece right here. It's always good to have a little bit to hold on to. There we go. Paper's flying all over the place, but that's okay. So those are my extra layers that I'm gonna glue together, and then we'll do some stamping and some more cutting. All right, so these just glue together really quickly. I just plop a little glue on there and stick them together. And this is Tombow in my little container that I just love. Tombow is my favorite for this kind of stuff. I love that it gives you movement. You know, you have plenty of wiggle room to get these things lined up, where there's some glues that once you get them on there, they're stuck. And there's my Emma. You hear Emma back there just snoring away. Alright, I have my 2 stamps mounted. Let me make sure they're clean. I put my cleaning pad here somewhere. Yeah, they're good. I like to stamp off sometimes just to make sure they're good. I'm going to use Tahitian Tide and Sweet Sorbet for my little sails. So I want to do Sweet Sorbet on the big one. Yes. And let me find a little scrap over here for the little one. Yeah, that'll work. When we were stationed in Washington, D.C., we were at Bowling Air Force Base, and we lived in base housing, which is right on the Potomac River. You'd see lots of beautiful sailboats going down the river. Well, that one came out a little too dark. I have to do something to my Tahitian Tide here. It's a really juicy pad, and I thought I took care of it this morning, but maybe not. Sometimes the pads, when you get them new, are so juicy and that you don't get a crisp image like you like, because this has a lot of detail in it. There, I like that one better. It has, you know, little blemishes in the sail that you want to appear. Alright, so for this sail, I suggest cutting a piece of paper about an inch, inch and a quarter, and then you stamp it and you just slide it in here and then punch away. There you go. So, you know, your scraps of white that you have laying around, or whatever color you're cutting them from. Now, if you want to cut it from cardstock, like I did one with just navy, I just stuck the piece in there and snapped away because I wanted everything the same color. Okay, now this is on a scrap, and again, I like to have a little tail to hold on to get it in there. I think I'll cut off this excess right here. Just line that up in there. Looks good. Poof. There we go. I'm going to have paper all over the place. Alright, and then I'll just pop these together and we'll get it done. Oops, here we go. Yes. So, I love this little set. Oh, there's my blue one. It just flew all the way over there. Oh no! Did I drop it? Oh, got it. It landed on my pants. Fortunately, glue side up. Which it wouldn't be the first time I got glue on my pants. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's do the sailboat real quick. I have more paper here, scratch paper here somewhere. Here we go. I did stamp the sailboat in, yeah, he'll fit on that soft suede. That's what I liked for my boat. But I may do it in a stamped off version, so it's not so dark. This one will be a little lighter boat. Yeah. Grab the right punch. I guess Emma's decided to take a little siesta. She never leaves my side. This dog just follows me all over. I go outside, I go take a nap. Just move from one room to the other. I'm washing dishes. She's sitting right there. I wish she could wash dishes. That'd be cool. Alright, here we go. Let's do this assembly. Now, this first card that I did, I put the birds on too early. And see, all my little birds got covered up. So I'm going to stamp some birds on after I get everything in place. Kind of felt sad covering up those little birds. And this, I just applied just the lightest amount of glue. Because that is such a skinny piece there. Want it to, there we go. Alright, now for the sails. Like I said, you could pop these up with dimensionals, but I wanted them to show like a little movement. Well, this one's not quite straight, but, or the layers aren't lined up very well, but it's okay. No biggie, you get the idea. Here we go. Alright, that's going up on dimensionals. And then we'll do a quick little sentiment. For the sentiment, I had some pieces left over from the Picture This dies, the square, or not the square, the rectangle portion. And so I thought, well, I'll use that. And it worked out really well for a little sentiment. And look, that kind of blends that bottom into the rest of the card. Right, into the sea. Oh, but I forgot the birds again. Here we go. Let's add a few little blue birds up here. So if you ever do this and you forget and you popped it up on dimensionals, you want to stick something under there that you can stamp on. Let's see, there we go. So you have a hard surface and then the birds are upside down, but that's okay. We'll put a few more over here. Well, seagulls do like to dive bomb you, so I'm going to assume that's what they are. Alright, I'm going to find my little scrap for my sentiment. Yes, here we go. The adventure awaits sentiment. Fits perfectly on here. And I did that again in balmy blue. And then I added one of the, what are those, faux sea glass. I think I'm gonna make this sentiment a little bigger so I can add more sea glass to the here. Oops, that's a little off, but that's okay. It is handmade. Alrighty. So let's put a little cluster of sea glass over here. And then we'll stick that on with the dimensional, and that is done. So I'd say, oops. Here we go. And I like to use my little pointer pokey tool as a guide to line this up at edge to edge. There we go. And for the inside, I have another piece, 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to use that big giant stamp again. Ink it up and just put a little strip on the bottom. A few seagulls on top. This fits right across the bottom. There we go. And some seagulls. Let's see. Let's get them going the right way today. Here we go. Over here. There. That'll go inside because you always need a liner. So. And on my blog post, there will be the whole list of the supplies I used to make this card. So if you like any of them, don't hesitate to click on the image to learn more about them and to add them to your shopping cart. There we go. That is my DOstamperSTARS blog hop card sketch input for this week. So, hope you like it. Happy sailing. Bye-bye.